morning, students. Hoping you all are enjoying our videos and you are learning with the help of our channel, with the help of our practical videos. So, on the basis of your request that were raised from Sri Lankan students, so many students belongs to Sri Lanka. They request us, okay, sir, please tell us some test or perform some test with indicators. So, on the basis of your request, today I am going to perform the test of some indicators. So, here we have few indicators. First of all, we have universal indicator with us. You can see it's a bottle of universal indicator. Then we have another indicator that's called methyl orange. Its color is orange. That's why the name of this indicator is called methyl orange. Another indicator of litmus. So we have with us uh, blue litmus solution. This is blue litmus, and except that we also have our red litmus solution. So this is our red litmus solution, and as well as not the least, we have our phenolphthalein indicator also. So today in the first lecture of indicator, we will perform the test with universal indicator. This is an indicator which is very important because universal indicator gives a specific test, a specific color change with all the compounds, whether compound is acidic, whether compound is basic. As you all know, all the acidic compounds have their pH value less than 7, and all the basic compounds have their pH value more than 7. So pH universal indicator gives us a specific idea, a broad idea whether our solution is acidic or basic. So for that we have a series of some chemicals. So here you can see this is the bottle of dilute sulfuric acid. Then this is distilled water. So we will see what will happen with the distilled water. This is our ethanol. This is the bottle of ethanol. This is our ethanol. And this is our ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is a basic substance, and this we check also with the help of universal indicator. And not the least, we have this are sodium hydroxide. So always remember, we keep sodium hydroxide into the glass apparatus, glass bottle or glass flask along with the cork. Whether you can take wooden cork as we have taken, this is the wooden cork. If I show you, so this is the wooden cork. This is wooden cork. This is a cork, and this cork is wooden cork. You can see in this area, you can see it's clearly this wooden cork. Why we use wooden cork? Because sodium hydroxide is very corrosive in nature, and because of the corrosion, it's damage glass also. So if I use glass cork, so glass cork will fix and it won't come out. So always remember, whenever we keep sodium hydroxide in any apparatus, in any bottle, in any vessel, so you always remember you need to use a rubber cork or wooden cork. We never use glass cork because sodium hydroxide slowly corrode the glass apparatus as well, and when they corrode, so here will be glass cork will fix that and it won't it comes out normally easily. So without any delay, we'll perform our test. So first of all, let's take the test tube. I am fixing the test tube in the test tube holder. This is the test tube in the test tube holder. So now this is a concentrated solution of universal indicator. Okay. So I am just introducing a few drops of universal indicator into the test tube. Here you can see some drops of universal indicator comes in the test tube. So it is in appearance, it is just little green in shade, green in color. So I am just keeping it here, and let me put the cap on the bottle, and I will make it dilute. So how to dilute? For the dilution, we have distilled water. This bottle is called a squeeze bottle. Let me introduce you this bottle. This is a squeeze bottle. So in this bottle you keep any solution, you keep any reagent as well. So I am here with the water with this bottle. So I just keep water in this bottle, and when I squeeze it, it's a plastic. When I squeeze it, so water comes out through this pipe. Through this pipe, water comes out. So this bottle is called a squeeze bottle. I am just taking, as I am squeezing, you can see solution is coming in the water is coming in the test tube, and this is the dilute solution of universal indicator. Here you can see this is the dilute solution of universal indicator. Okay, let's begin. So first of all, in the another test tube, I am taking a small amount of acid. So always remember, whenever you take acid, it is always essential that you fix your test tube with the test tube holder to avoid any accident. So I am just taking few drop of dilute sulfuric acid into the test tube. So here in the test tube I have taken dilute sulfuric acid. Now in this test tube I am going to introduce few drop of universal indicator. So when I introduce little amount of universal indicator into it, let's see what will happen. This is the dilute solution of universal indicator. So you can see here reddish color comes into the existence. This red color appears. So this red color indicates our sulfuric acid is acidic in nature. And how do we identify whether it is acidic or not? Because on the bottle of universal indicator, you can see there is a scale is given. This is a scale which is there on the bottle of universal indicator. If red color comes or the shade of red, it means substance is acidic. More red color represent more acidic nature. If yellow color comes, so it means it is less acidic in nature. If it's green color comes, so it means it's neutral. And if this blue or violet color comes, so it means it's basic in nature. So with that scale, we identify our substance is acidic and basic. So as you have seen, when I introduce sulfuric acid, introduce universal indicator into the sulfuric acid, we have a red solution. So this red solution, you can see it's a very nice red color. So this red solution indicates that our sulfuric acid, it's acidic in nature and its pH value is less than 7. It will not tell you exactly what's the exact pH value, but it gives you idea that its pH value less than 7. Okay, now we'll take another substance. So here with me water. So I'll take water also. Okay. So with the water, what will happen? So when I introduce universal indicator into the water, so just see what will happen. Yes, you can see here we have a green color. We have a green color over here, and this green color, the shade of green color indicates that this water is neutral. Sulfuric acid has given red color, it means that is acidic in nature, and water is given green color. So green color means it is neutral in nature. Let's perform the test with the other solution as well. So we have here ethanol also. Ethanol, or it is also called ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is the common name, ethanol is the IUPAC name. Okay. So water, alcohol. Alcohols are the hydroxy derivative of aliphatic hydrocarbons. These are called alcohol. So it's a ethanol. Formula is C2H5OH. So now in this ethanol, if I mix little amount of indicator, let's see what will happen. So here you can see yellow color comes. So the appearance of yellow color indicates that ethanol is also little acidic in nature. It is not very acidic in nature. Why? Because color does not come red. Color is yellow. So this yellow color indicates that this ethanol is acidic in nature. And many a time this question asked in the exam, explain why ethanol acidic in nature, or perform any reaction or perform any test by which you identify that ethanol is acidic in nature. So there is a very common test or common reaction by which, this is the simple test by universal indicator, because ethanol give yellow color with the universal indicator, that's why it's acidic in nature. And there is a reaction also. When I put sodium metal into the ethanol, then reaction takes place and hydrogen gas evolves. So that reaction you have to write in your course book, you have to write in your exam to prove that ethanol is acidic in nature, because all acidic compounds react with active metals just like as sodium, they liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, so here also this test also explain that our ethanol is acidic in nature with the help of universal indicator. Now, after that, we have ammonium hydroxide. So, ammonium hydroxide is also a base. So, before taking ammonium hydroxide, I use a test tube and I hold this test tube with the test tube holder. How we prepare ammonium hydroxide? So, we prepare ammonium hydroxide by the mixing of ammonia liquid into the water. So here we have ammonium hydroxide. So when I take this ammonium hydroxide, let me keep this bottle again to its place, and I introduce the little amount of universal indicator, then see what will happen. It gives me a purple color or violet color. So this violet color indicates that ammonium hydroxide is basic in nature, because when the color is blue or color is violet, it means it is basic in nature. In the same way, if I take sodium hydroxide, so let's see what will happen with the sodium hydroxide. Again, I am taking another test tube with sodium hydroxide. So here we have sodium hydroxide. Yes, this is the sodium hydroxide. And when I introduce a drop of universal indicator into sodium hydroxide, let's see what will happen. Yes, it again gives you a purple color. You can see a purple shade. So this purple color indicates that sodium hydroxide is also basic in nature. So on the basis of color with the universal indicator, we identify whether our substance is acidic, neutral, less acidic, or basic in nature. So that's why universal indicator is used for the identification of acidic or basic nature of different types of compounds or different types of substance. So this is our first lecture. In the second lecture, we will perform the test with methyl orange and litmus solution and phenolphthalein solution as well. So get in touch, subscribe our channel and like and press the like button also, and share our video also, and hope that help of our videos. Thank you very much.